just heading off to Monmouth, Wales, trying to get run over, to meet up with Moley, Camping Rules OK, and Paul and the Outdoors for a camping trip. First trip of the year, or not the first trip, but the first camping trip of the year. I know, it's very late. I'm busy editing. Looking forward to it. Traditional rucksack shot. Let's go. 16 minutes to get to there. We're on the way to Wales.
But I've never actually filmed it because I'm driving.
Wow. Take the A466 exit to Chepstow.
Well, I'm getting a lot of crosswind now.
There's the new bridge.
So this is the Severn Bridge?
This is the M48, the old Severn Bridge.
The old
yeah.
Severn Bridge. There's only two of them.
That's obviously the one that opened in
So this
96.
is Severn Bridge number 1, Severn Bridge number 2. There should be
Does that mean there's 7 of them?
yeah, there should be 7 of them. Really?
You know, there's actually 2 bridges here. This is your first one, and then you've got your
That
second
little one over there,
your
like,
cable stayed bridge there, which goes over. So this one goes over the Severn, then you go over the Wye.
Ah.
A lot of people forget that one.
Why?
Oh
Oh
god.
my god. It's all
The
going
first
on.
one, the first one of the yeah.
The
Why?
first one's for free, is it?
Yeah, why?
Look at this.
10 quid to get in.
Down to 20 now.
Yeah.
10 quid.
Yeah.
But it's ruined. It's ruined.
He's full of them today.
Why would you pay 10 quid for a Welsh wit? And also tractors. This is Tintern, I think. Not Tinternet, just Tintern. First time using my new phone. With this, obviously, it's probably, I think it might have been a wide angle as well. So it's probably several miles away. Learning curve then, yeah? I need a smaller selfie stick in here. We'll see.
This. So I said, let's meet in there. And I basically walked in from my side. And yeah, she parked up and I had to meet her in an entrance. It's only then when I found out she had to pay. I was like, whoops.
Is that 10 quid to get into the Abbey? Something like that.
Well, in that one, yeah. He said it's 10.
Do you think they'll do it up?
Oh, that's a bit rough, isn't it? Oh, 2 in 1.
I'll start my wide jokes again if you don't stop.
Oh dear.
Why?
We're never stopping, Tim. We're never stopping.
I prefer the River Wye, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Oh, PG rated channel. Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Why not?
That is brilliant.
And there. What are you doing?
Just following this for a while.
Oh wow.
Get a good view of
We've
the
done 2
Abbey.
miles yet. What? Have you done what?
2 miles, yeah.
No.
No, we've done about.
Are we there yet?
Huh?
About 3.5 miles in now.
Or she, I don't know if it's a he or she.
It's almost like a tiger, a mini tiger. A Welsh tiger. Isn't it?
Okay, you don't want to come where we're going.
Have you got another tent? Because we've got another one.
What?
We've got another one coming on. Seem to have borrowed a cat.
Now, it'll come for a little distance, but it won't come past its own territory. Things that I get from the Tintern.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is an advantage to having such a long selfie stick. Sure.
Yeah, that is one of them. Yeah. I've been on a few things like this before. It's always fun when these turn into streams. When it rains. Yeah, tree roots. Moley knows how much I love muddy tree roots. Yeah.
I'll take a shot of that actually.
Yeah,
I'm glad
black
really,
view.
because that pack's heavy.
I know.
Is it? How many
Yeah.
tinnies did you say you got in there?
Just a couple.
Just
Just a
couple.
few.
If I have a couple now, that'll lighten the load, won't
That's
it?
what I said, yeah, because we've got another little bit of an incline to do. There's no point carrying it all up to
Have
the
you
top,
brought any
is it?
tinnies, Tim?
Yeah, I brought tinnies.
Tinnies.
Yeah.
Have you adopted my word, tinnies?
Yeah, tinnies. Yeah.
Tinnies. Do you drink lager?
No,
I was
no,
going to say I'd offer you a tinny.
no. I
What,
don't.
just to get the weight down?
Well, all I'm doing is transferring the weight from the bag to my bladder, am I?
Well, if you give him one to drink, though, you've got rid of it. That's what I mean.
But Tim don't like lager. Yeah. And it's already ended in disaster. Tim has got a chair, just like the chair. However,
It's already started breaking.
he's been sold a snidey on it.
I know.
Go on, get around the back, show them.
Ah.
Show the people at home
Yeah.
what you get when you buy from eBay and you don't check
It's
it when you
supposedly a new chair.
get it. Look at this damage here.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's the stitching's gone.
I know, and it was a new
It's
chair.
holding on though. For dear life, it's holding on.
It's supposed to be a new chair, and it's
I'm
not.
really gutted.
That's what it should look like.
To happen.
No, it's not
You've
supposed
just
to.
got unlucky and got a faulty one. It happens.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, whether you can get it taken care of by OEX. I don't imagine you could, but.
No. It's
Tim,
correct.
I've got a great idea. Yeah.
What?
There's a geezer next to you with the same chair. If you swap it round, he won't notice.
Wait till I've had the tinnies first.
How rude would that be, Dave? Yeah. The guy next to you gets so drunk at night, and then he just like swap yours with his because yours is busted.
Or
He
wake
thinks
up
you
on the
broke it.
floor.
Yeah, he wakes up on
Yeah.
he's fallen on the floor and he's got out of his chair, and you're just like, I'm just going to make it look like you fell out because it
To be
broke.
fair, Tim, because that's the hard part there.
Yeah.
The plastic, you
You just got to go back through
got to
that.
get through them holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's just
they've
the
basically
stitches.
the stitch has gone.
That's all
Yeah.
it is. It's just a stitch went.
Because the seller said it was new, unopened, but not in its packaging. They didn't
Not in
say.
its packaging. There's usually a reason for that.
Yeah, they didn't say. Oh, it's broken.
Didn't just happen because it's not like I heard it rip. You wouldn't
No.
have heard it. I literally saw you put it together, and as you were sitting down before you actually got your weight in, I saw
Yeah.
that. I nearly said I didn't have the words come out quick enough.
Yeah.
I see you sitting down. I was going to say don't sit on that, but I couldn't get the words out because I wasn't really expecting to see it. But then you sat and I was like, oh, it's holding it. I was like, oh, that's actually, and I was like, do I say something? I probably should because that looks really.
I have not got.
Precarious.
I just have so bad luck with chairs. I hate chairs. Ugh.
But what a spot, honestly. The only thing that spoils a view like this is people like tourists and that with the big selfie sticks and
Yeah,
cameras,
I know.
just waving them in front of your face when you're trying to enjoy the view, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know.
Let's leave my fleece then. There was it.
People have fires that create a lot of smoke, and you see the smoke, and it gets in the way of the view.
Yeah, you really shouldn't be having fires around places like this. No.
Beautiful. Have a tinny.
Go forward and I'll get it. Go forward more. And coming out.
Beep, beep, beep,
Big
beep.
wide load reverse. My bomb looks big, isn't it? It does, yeah. It looks massive. We'll be camping with you until we can't camp anymore.
Yeah.
What, until I have to work? Well, one of us will, yeah.
Last of the summer camp.
Hopefully we'll be in our 80s and we'll still be doing it.
Yeah.
For good entertainment, then,
I'll
will
be
it?
honest, we all know how you're going out. You're going out, bevy in hand, on your chair.
But I'll be in my 90s.
You'll be like 95 years old.
We'll have to wheel Tim to the
Yeah.
campsite.
Take it, and then, yeah. I love this sort of thing.
I know. It is a beautiful place.
We're up
though.
as high as the birds now as well. You get the little birds flying across the vista.
For a moment then, from your side eye, it looked like you were wearing a kilt again, Tim.
I was thinking about the kill, but I thought I could be doing a lot of sitting. And I didn't really want to have to try and worry about seeing certain things or wearing underwear. So I was like, I'll wear trousers, just easy.
I bet the ticks like that. They get up
Well,
there and-
that was why as well.
Scenery.
Scenery, scenery,
Scenery.
scenery, scenery, scenery.
Sorry for that.
Well, oh, you could go, look at that.
I have actually said it a few times. It's gone unnoticed.
Oh, excellent.
Like to just, oh my God, look at that, right? And then just but no one's here to hear it.
But my world camping radar is tingling.
Tell you what didn't bring with me. My camo nets.
I probably won't need them today.
I always take a camo net with me. Oh, she's a bit steep.
Yeah. Just a bit.
But yeah.
Wow. What's wrong? Wow.
It's up there.
Bit light. I feel a bit light-headed at the moment, actually.
Any reason?
I'm not sure.
Low blood sugar?
I'm alright, just keep going at a plodding pace. Take it easy, Paul, this one's steep.
Of course, this is starting to fall down.
Wow. Up we go.
This is getting to be more like climbing. Quack, quack, quack. Shows how much of the videos I watched, doesn't it?
Is it that late? You're hearing it out.
So I think the fort is maybe that thing now. We've walked through it. This is the fort. This is the fort where these flowers.
Do you think there's a flat bit there?
I think there's flat bits all over, but I think that bit at the top there is the flattest.
This is the hilltop fort.
And I see a ditch as well.
Yeah, I think that's the fort there. So it's
I see,
the fort.
if you want to be really hidden, I see a ditch there.
Yeah,
Isn't this wild garlic?
I think it might be wild garlic.
Well, it's very wild now, we're trampling all over it. It's mad.
Quick bit of the garlic you eat, then is it the root?
I think it is the bulbs, like with normal, but don't quote me on it, it might be poisonous. Don't want to poison anyone. Well, I was wondering whether in the ditch, if it's not buggy, or if it's horrible. Ugh. Lots of hidden logs. Sorry, bluebells.
If you boys could find a place for yourselves, then this works. Because I can go here, no problem. But you boys are the ones with the big tents, and I don't know.
Found a site. After the aborted
But he
fort.
wasn't grading for a few moments when he stopped getting like halfway up the hills with the, about 50 kilogram bag where you can, I don't know.
Swear words when he lifted it on my back, because I said, will he give me a hand getting it on my back?
He goes, give us a hand, because he's literally on his knees on the floor, trying to get it on his back. It's too heavy to lift it up, right? And he goes, I'll give you a hand. And I just put my hand on it and went to lift it. And instead of it lifting, I went down. Oh, hold on. I've got to brace myself, get two hands this thing. Wheek! And I tell you how he's got that up the hill. I mean, legs of steel.
And I said a few swear words when I got to the top of that hill as well.
Yeah,
Quack, quack.
None of
quack.
us is actually in condition to be doing this.
No, I haven't done it for months.
Hold on, if I can do that with that pack.
Imagine what you could do if you didn't have the pack. You'd be flying up here.
I want to see this. We'll show it later. I want to know. I want to see this.
Anyway,
I've got a strong head
set up
torch.
because while the film's rolling, I'm doing nothing but talking rubbish. As per.
And I'm gonna
That's a shame.
get some bramble. This is a bowline.
Bowline.
I'm terrible at knots.
This is so easy, and it's brilliant for your tarp as well, for staking out your tarp, or even your first knot to go around a tree, and then you do a torch. Your main line, just basically
Do a loop. Put that through the loop.
And then round the main line,
And then back in.
back through. and then all you do is a little tug. That is not coming undone.
I'm glad I filmed that. 'Cause
Yeah. And the beauty of this is you won't need to undo it, but that knot there,
yeah.
all you have to do to undo it is literally just pull that, and then it frees straight off.
Okay.
Well, normally it does, but it'd have to prove me wrong, wouldn't it? It's not going anywhere, and they use that to moor boats as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I should know that because I used to go sailing, but I've never known about knots.
All you need to do now is obviously tension it.
So you give it a little tug. But that's what they said.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Hey, Moley. It's already begun.
Already.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
I was going to offer you a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I was going to whip out the old teapot and make a proper brew.
Oh, yeah,
I was talking about Moley earlier.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know, I just ain't got... I can't accommodate...
Could you imagine if you pulled out a full teapot out of here to give you a brew in a teapot? I wouldn't be surprised at the weight of it, but also...
I think that'd be comedy gold. Whipping out a teapot.
We'd also call
Teapot and like a full china set. Saucers and cups. Yeah.
China. Fine bone.
Yeah, fine bone china. Doesn't everyone, hike with fine bone china?
I'll tell you what, talk about keeping it real.
Keeping it. That is very real. Just
stupid.
that is very real. Are you just going to sleep on the?
I don't mind the cowboy camp. Minus the cowboy.
Well, for you maybe.
Yeah.
I like the cowboys. Yeah, the tent is up. I don't know if you remember that from the Thames Path. Now a new replacement put in with the help of Paul showing me how to do a bowline. Aha! And Paul has his new tent up the Scafell. Moley's up.
Getting started already.
If someone goes for a late night hike, they might have a bit of a surprise.
Well, they'll probably stop and have a little snack with us.
Yeah.
Like to eat.
Oh wow. That actually works. Now this is my old smartphone. It wouldn't be able to do this. The fact that I can actually film in with firelight is amazing. How's it going?
Yeah, you know. Plodding on. It's up.
Good.
That's what they said.
That's what they said, yeah. We've already been kind of busted, but we're not really stealth camping here, so...
No one who sees us here is going to do two tits, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't see any signs to say no camping or whatnot. Normally when it's a big problem, they put those up and then you have to really worry. But I mean, I don't think anyone's come up here to tell us to go away this evening.
No.
Worst we'll get is a little pull off in the morning.
Yeah. Or like, it's going to be like, oh, that's a nice sight. That's what you usually get.
Yeah, most people are quite happy.
I see what you mean by the green, although it's not like the acid lime green of the Lanshan, which is incredibly visible.
It's just a little lighter than what I normally go for. You know,
I know what you mean.
The OEX, it was an olive green.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like about the Naturehike is that the dark green, because as I say with the Lanshan it's so bright that unless you have like spring green, it's really obvious. Or if you're right next to a kind of an AstroTurf pitch, something that's bright green, or a flick buff.
When that was actually amongst the trees, it wasn't that visible.
No, it wouldn't be.
But no, I'm impressed with it. There's a lot of features on it that I do like. Definitely a two-man.
Yeah.
And people say, well, there's not much room for your gear with a two-man, but you put it in the porch.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not rocket science.
Well, that's why I put my bag inside, because I don't like caterpillars and slugs getting in mine.
But if you're hard pressed for space.
But if you're two people, yeah, you can put it out there.
Yeah.
And just put lots of salt around it.
Salt, just around there.
That's what they need in these tents. Internal salt dispensers for the slugs. That's what they need.
Not a bad shout, actually.
Yeah.
I'm blinding you with my torch.
It's hard to do. It's expensive.
You can see that. Just flew over there.
Yeah, there's one over there. Flew over there too.
That time of year where they're breeding on it.
Owls.
Probably burn about 500 people's retinas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good for spotting badgers?
The amount of animals I've actually spotted that you hear scuffling. In fact, the last time I used it on a camp in the woodlands, I was actually watching shrews running around. And they just stopped and you could just see two little eyes. And then after a while, they'd run and scarper but yeah, you wouldn't realise they're there. And you shine the light round and you just see you being watched by two eyes. You don't have to turn it, it just pushes in and out. Okay. It gives you the illusion you have to turn it. It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, cool.
I got it from B&M.
Oh wow.
It cost me 12 quid or something like that.
Bargain.
And it's supposed to be indestructible. We'll see.
We'll see
give it you for a week, Tim.
Yeah, just lend it to me. Yeah, and I'll.
You'll soon put the record.
Oh yeah. I'll nuke it. We're having tatties in the can.
No, the totties are in the pan.
What's in the can?
The cans is peas.
Oh right, you're just cooking them directly on the thing.
Yeah, just warm it up because you're not cooking them. You're just warming it up. So, and because it's got water in it, it won't get above the because it might have a plastic liner, but it's it'll be a PTFE one, so it's quite good for high temperature. It needs to go up to 350 to be a problem. So, it'll. But it might not even have a plastic liner. But either way, it's fine just to warm them up like that. As long as you don't go crazy.
So I've got my much simpler canister stove, which is in my petrol pot. So I'm going to try that. Oops. I would usually have a hot chocolate, but I don't fancy hot chocolate. So we've got the Campingmoon stove, and we've got the canister, a little canister.
I'm going to sit in the chair.
The chair.
That's better. That's the old idiot outdoors.
Well, we have the other chair.
Oh yeah, the broken chair.
The broken chair. So we've got the chair, we've got the throne, and we've got the chair of despair.
Oh yeah, because it could go at any second.
Yeah.
And depending on where the poles go, you may be a happy man or an unhappy man.
I was really pleased. I thought he's got himself what I believe to be a decent chair, because mine's never.
It turns out not to be a decent chair, but so this is the chair of despair.
You do not have good luck with the things you buy.
I know.
You get, shoes that get stabbed.
No. It's terrible. It's not fair. So we're doing risotto with cheese, and we've got some bacon to throw in.
That's a tinny wear for art boat, tinny.
That's Shakespeare. That's Shakespeare, don't you know?
It rolls off the tongue, you know it's good.
It's Billy Waggledagger. Wherefore art thou? So we've got some. Did you say farting is such sweet sorrow?
Oh, and that.
He said parting, but I think he meant farting.
I think farting is such sweet sorrow.
Two up in a tent, isn't it?
Well, yeah, if there's two of you in the tent, farting is definitely a sweet sorrow. We've got some chicken and some bacon. Yeah.
Damn it, you can't just keep going. Okay, you've got away with it.
I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
You like big burgers and you cannot lie.
Sorry?
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah. It's a mighty fine burger.
I'll get the burgers on now, Tim, alright.
Cool, excellent.
Oh, I just wanted 5 minutes after fighting with that terrain to get the temperature.
I think that might be. Has that gone out again?
Temperature just dips all of a sudden, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've left it too long, I think.
It keeps going out.
I bet my fire looks fantastic on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's weird. If you use the wide angle, it's quite dark. If there must be some kind of thing it's doing on the 1x mode where actually it's processing it, so it can actually get.
Yeah, the phones have such a good processing on the cameras now. But be careful, I think there's a demon badger behind you.
No, not a badger.
That was so freaky when we were
I know.
up.
That's scary.
Oh man, that was so. Ivanhoe was so weird that night, and then waking up with the because when was it? The lightning and thunder was in the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was crazy. Like that, you could feel that hitting the ground.
So that was the second time I ever had thunder and lightning in a tent. The first time was in Scotland.
That was my first time in a tent, but the second time camping out with it.
Yeah.
The first time camping out with it was actually across the country.
Yeah.
In my bivvy bag. That was weird. That was very distant, and it was like, it was interesting because it was raining and it was obviously lightning about, but there was no kind of like, oh, I'm in the middle of a very weak storm. That thing was horrific. It felt like we were in it.
Yeah.
And I guess because we were quite high elevation, we were maybe up closer to where it was starting.
But the fact that it was rumbling to the ground, that was quite scary.
Yeah, when you could feel it impacting.
Yeah, but the one we had the thunderstorm on the cross, that was the one when you were in the play park, wasn't it? Is that you were hiding in the play park? I think.
Under the skate ramp. Well, I think it was the day before that. I think it was Abingdon or something like that. It was a town. I was in the middle of the town. I was in like a little park with some woods.
That's what I call Moley's Hole.
That was so. That was so good.
That's when you were hot sheltering under the bridge under what I call the Moley's Hole.
Well, I don't know that. No, not that was. I wasn't camping under the bridge, and I was actually in a park, but I was just in the bushes.
You were thinking of going to hide under do your lunch under the bridge.
Yeah, I think that was it. That was the one where I was thinking about lunch under the bridge, and I met the people.
Yeah,
and then basically, I felt like the worst of it was over.
Yeah,
but then in the morning, I woke up to it basically thundering and lightning and a lot of rain. But the thing held up. I mean, I didn't get wet inside at all. So.
Morning, 8 o'clock, and I'm very awake, very good sleep. In the X-Sphere bag in. I wasn't sure how cold it's going to be, so I brought the X-Sphere, the G2 bag. I was tempted to bring the down bag, but and the liner. I probably been alright with that actually. Yeah, that would have been fine, I think. But I thought to play it safe, you know how damp Wales can be. Hearing a few noises, haven't we, Ben? Look at that. Exactly. I'm not sure some people come through in the bath or whether it's the going to bed. All quiet on the Western Front. Not much signs of life. This is the part, so it's not a stealth camp, it's a wild camp there. You can hardly see us here, just slightly down the path. I've heard some noises down the path, but I haven't. It might be deer, I think. But is that all very noisy bicyclists? It's early on a Sunday morning, so I don't think anyone's around.
We just had some walkers come through. It's just before, about nearly 9 o'clock, but that was about 15 minutes ago. And just making some tea. That worked really well, very noisier than usual. I'm so used to the alcohol stove, which is quiet. Not hearing a few signs of life, but I think the Nido might have gone off. Boo. It's from 2023. Oh,
Good morning.
good morning. I've been up for ages.
We just need to fuel up the gas stove.
Yeah. They're a multi-fuel stove. We already had walkers past. Yeah, I said hello. Well,
I heard that.
yeah. Hello. And I've heard deer or something galumphing around, either that or mountain bikers.
A couple of day hikes would be really nice. And having a proper bed.
Yeah. a proper bed?
A proper bed, yeah.
What,
I'm keeping it real.
yeah, what was this proper bed? Proper bed, really, really. Should be lying on ferns or cut grass.
If the conditions are warming up, you could really get away with just coming out with nothing at all.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, I've seen some guys on YouTube who've done that in the past where they'd just go out with just a knife or something like that. And I'm like, damn, like it's so cool to do it.
Or do they just basically go up to someone else and go, give me your bed?
He like making like a bed up out of like
yeah.
and like he'll find food and scavenge it. Like this guy, I remember he got, was it acorns he got or something? And he soaked them in the river.
Wow.
And then he was supposed to basically boil them up to make them so they were edible. But he got so hungry, when they had been in the river for a while, he just kind of pulled them out and he was eating a few. And he really enjoyed those.
Yeah.
But I was watching it thinking, dude, you're going to make yourself sick, Dave.
Yeah.
You've got to really bother you.
Yeah.
But then he heated them up, but then they tasted like crap.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Paul was saying, on one of those videos, was covering one of the stumps with grass, and I was saying how, the traditional thing, like the 1930s, 1920s thing, they wouldn't have a mattress. They just literally cut grass or cut, and then sleep on a bed of heather or, that kind of thing. All the stories I grew up on are all sort of Enid Blyton type stuff. It's all like, cutting some heather and sleeping on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that with pine branches, and sort of.
I think they can get some air trapped between you and the ground.
Yeah.
Work, wouldn't it really? Because that's what it's for.
Yeah, something that's soft and raises you up.
It's just to keep you off the ground.
Yeah. You said you could sleep anywhere.
I
can't.
I do like to have my mat just because obviously it is a bit softer, but mostly because it keeps me off the ground.
But I just cannot. I cannot sleep.
If you imagine it, if you lay down on this ground, it's not going to be that hard. That ground is soft. Like I could feel it under my arms if I was like moving around and I took my hands up and I had my arms on the ground. And this ground actually doesn't even get that cold.
I was worried that my mattress was going to puncture. Maybe I did clear the site from sticks and things. Found a few sort of bit things like, that's a bit stony. But I wasn't sure about the holly or any thorns. I was like, But I was like, well, actually, it's quite soft anyway.
I told you to brought milk up the mountain.
Did you bring a whole cow?
We were at the top of the list.
Yay, milk. Because my Nido's gone off.
Although, just check, it might have gone bad.
No, it shouldn't have.
It might have. You don't know what gas has been coming out of him in the night time.
True.
Got some good sleep last night.
I needed it. I only had 2 hours the night before.
Yeah. You were out late.
Yeah, literally 2 hours. Got into bed about 5. I had only 4 hours. But I can't remember. Did we go to bed about 1:30 or 2? Was that sort of time? Why? Wye Valley? Why? Why?
That wouldn't work.
No, actually, I do know Wye Valley.
Why? Wye Valley?
Glaciers.
Yeah. Wye Valley,
That is- oh,
Wye.
that's Wye Valley.
You go up the really steep valley and you stumble and, you know, and like you sprain your ankle, you just go, Wye Valley, why?
Yeah, that's
Just why are you just putting me through this?
Or you're trying to walk along the valley and climb it and whatnot, and
Yeah.
you have to ask yourself, why?
Why am I doing
Why am I
this?
doing this to myself?
Wye Valley.
I just thought I was being a wimp yesterday up that hill.
No, mate.
No.
You are a legend getting up that.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was that heavy. But no,
An absolute
Sorry, I
idiot.
dropped an F-bomb in it, but that was absolutely required to describe.
yeah. Well, no, literally like that bit just back there where it's like really kind of rocky and scrambly. Like going, yeah, this is a bit fun. Yeah, I mean that.
I
Yeah, with a
enjoyed it.
pack.
It was short at least. If that was an hour, like a couple of hours long of that like scrambly bit,
Yeah,
that would be pretty.
But it's
rough.
those kind of like rocks you're stepping over. It's like you're getting sort of semi into climbing, and that's when it's like if you slip with your pack,
Yeah.
you're gonna damage
But see,
something.
this is what I love doing. I love a bit of scrambling.
Yeah.
I love a bit of scrambling. If you've got to get your hands down, it's scrambling. That's what I could say.
But that was what I hate about Loch Lomond, because Loch Lomond was a lot like that, but it got even more like bits of it were like semi climbing. Yeah, I have my ATL pack on, and I'm like going, I can't do this. Well, I could do it, but it was just like I was kind of getting really low centre of gravity and sort of just literally climbing up stuff very, very carefully. Because I'm like going, if I slip on the slippy rock, I break a leg, mountain rescue, because there's no roads here. And I was like, I do not want to have to call mountain rescue.
I was worried about that sort of thing. I was like, do not make me the one who's have to call them.
Tent down. I think that was not ideal camping spot. I think it's much better than this. Flat, some brambles, and that view. That was a very good. Everyone else is down. I'm about to head off.
You almost run this if it wasn't so.
I'm not sure I'd go that far.
Well, I tell you run and I'll see. If you don't fall over, I'll have a crack.
You speed running it, or speed walking it. So we're leaving the site, heading down to the van. We'll probably do some bit of hiking and try and see a cave, hopefully. We know Paul likes caves. We'll see what his cave rating is.
I'm no expert, but I still got together any part of the line.
I think I have to stop it. I don't trust holding a mobile down this way. Yeah, back in the van, back in Tintern. Yeah, I'm so exhausted, and it's like just to hike up that hill and hike back again. Yeah, I'm so out of shape, and it's just ridiculous. You know, so oh well. I need to do more hiking, and I had the jelly leg problem that mentioned in previous episodes. It's very rare, but it happened on the Jurassic Coast, and it's happened South Downs Way as well. Yeah, just get jelly legs. And I'm going downhill. Legs are tired. We're gonna get off to get some food. Head off back to Birmingham. We were planning to do some walking to the cave, but that didn't happen. Good decision since my legs are knackered. Yeah, I need to get more hiking. I have big plans for hiking, and I need to get back into it. But this has proven to me I've got to be a bit more careful about how I do that, and simply treat myself gently as I get into it. Especially with not so much on the flat, but going up and down. Definitely.